Hey, deserving listeners, Love is Blind, Season 3. Let's watch.
I don't understand, like, what you think I was doing.
I could have dragged you. I could have dragged you for everything.
Yeah.
But I stood up there and I still very much tried to say, I love you. I know you are not. I still don't think you're a bad guy.
I think that might be what he's confusing as bipolar, as these two very different messages of, I love you, I want to be with you. Those statements that she said while she was even on the altar, in the midst of just being incredibly vindictive and revengeful against him. That's, I think, what he's calling bipolar. It's not bipolar, but it is notable and odd that someone would be that vindictive towards someone and at the same time saying, I love you and I want to be with you. And, you know, he's even saying to her, it's like, and Bartise asks, like, well, when did you decide you didn't want to be with him? Because she's saying these horrific things that he had done to her. And that happens sometimes, right? Like, you will be treated very poorly and it takes a long time to recognize that you don't deserve that. So that could be happening. Or something else is going on. What do you think?
You treated me badly, but I do not think you're a bad guy. I don't.
Okay. Well,
So you guys...
You know what I mean? Like, how do you match those two statements up? That he body shamed her relentlessly, that he cheated on her and wanted to kiss someone before the wedding and then told her about it and now is lying about it. And there were a number of other things she rattled off. And I don't think you're a bad guy. Those two things don't usually exist within the same person, right? It could be, right? You can see it, be like, well, you're a flawed individual, you got some issues and you treated me poorly, but I don't think overall you're a horrible person. I think you're a good person and I did love you. But you got some issues. Like, is it that? Or is it, I don't know. It's interesting.
I did not call you evil at any point.
yeah,
We can
you
roll
did.
that
It's
back.
on camera. But
Okay, well, we can roll it back, but I did not call you evil. I called you deceitful.
Who was the first person you called afterwards from this group to
I
lean
don't
on?
know. I just remember getting in the truck with my friends and being like, guys, that's not her. They were like, what do you mean? I was like, she's gonna text me. That's what I told them. I was like, I think she got like caught up in the moment or something of like the TV.
Sounds believable. I don't know what to believe, but if that happened, that's interesting. That behind closed doors, he wouldn't throw her under the bus. That he's like, no, she's a better person than that. She'll text me and we'll get along and everything will be fine. We're friends or something like that. And yeah, that says something. If we believe it. Do you believe it? What do you believe? What do you think happened?
After you gave that speech where there was like applause, I don't know if they were applauding you or what was the applause for?
Yeah, and then
What-
they cheered when they all went to the door because they were proud of Zay for burying me because I'm the horrible person.
I just heard. So Bartise is saying your friends, it could be your friends supporting you in any capacity because we
Right.
do that. And like,
Okay, and then we're learning that when he was walking out, they cheered to ridicule him. And we don't know if that happened, but I could believe it happening, which is pretty awful.
they didn't know she was going to say that, but when she did, they're like, I'm with her. Or it could have been premeditated and you're like, I'm going to tell him this, guys. Just want you to know and you have my back.
So I had no communication with my friends. No one knew what I was gonna say. I remember even texting my best friend. She's like, so you're still gonna, like, people had known.
Yeah, I suspect that's true. She called out her friends for clapping soon afterwards. She's just, she said, can you believe that they did that? That was awful. At least that's my interpretation. So yeah, I think for Zay, she didn't want her friends to do that. Now, had she been feeding her friends with the truth or these lies or something else, and because if you believe Zay's stories, then at the very least you would be really supportive of Zay and say, yeah, he deserved all that stuff. So you can't really fault the friends necessarily if they were fed a completely different story. I don't think clapping is appropriate, but I don't know. People do various different things.
Habits. People, a couple of my friends knew. They were COVID
Sorry, he
testing,
did
so
that?
okay. Yeah, it was.
That's hilarious. I never once cared about what you ate. What are you talking about?
I stopped eating. I was eating like a banana and a teaspoon of peanut butter just so I wouldn't like pass out on the long days we were filming.
That's possible, but did he contribute to that? She's claiming he did. I could see that happening. He's claiming he didn't. I could see that being possibly true. I could see him saying subtle things that he thinks aren't bad or terrible, but could be bad and terrible. I don't know. Given his honesty, right?
The cutie story that didn't make the cut was one day, it was like 2 p.m. We were still filming. I hadn't had a chance to eat. So I grabbed 2 cuties, like little tiny oranges that fit in the palm of your hand. And he looked at me and he goes, "Are you going to eat both of those?" And I said, "Well, like, yeah, that's a serving." And he goes,
Okay, is this the tangerine story that we're hearing about? The cuties? Cuties. Is that a tangerine? And she's claiming that he was criticizing her for having 2 tangerines. Is that a cutie? Googled it. Yes. Cuties are mandarins. Okay.
"Well, we're going out to eat later. Like, maybe you should save your appetite."
Oh my God. I cannot believe that you would say that, Zay.
This is all working out so wonderfully in your favor because they did not use it.
Oh my God.
But I'm not.
Okay. So it seems like either you believe Zay or you believe Cole. And I don't know what the crowd, I'm guessing there'll be a bit of both. What do I think the crowd will say? I bet you the crowd would side with Cole, strangely, with a big asterisk, I'm guessing. He seems, I don't know, he seems pretty convincing. He could be lying, though, right? One of them is distorted or lying. He could be distorted, too. He could have said something. He could have been drunk and forgot. I don't know. But I think maybe some corroborating evidence would be that it was on camera, and we know with Andrew that they aired what made him look horrible, right? The producers have no problem humiliating a cast member if they do something on camera. Could they have made a decision to not show some of this stuff from Cole because they thought it was a better story to vilify Zay, or they thought that went too far and they're like, we'll lose the entire audience if we show that. They'll hate him and hate us for showing him or something. Possibly. It's also possible that if the cameras and the producers had caught something like that they would absolutely be like, that is going to be in the final edit. That is one of the most... I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud, but the story arc of Zay fighting back against an oppressive, abusive individual would be a pretty compelling story, right? You'd get a lot of clicks for that.
Crazy. I'm not a
Please air
pathological
it.
liar.
If you have it, please air it.
I hate that the incredible bonds you guys shared in the pods didn't translate into the...
Okay, again, just looking for evidence. Cole says, please air it. Kind of lends itself. Now, maybe he knows they're not going to do that, but it lends credence to his position. Zay did not say that, right? Zay could have said, yeah, please play it, because, but she didn't say that. Maybe they edited the part out. I don't know. What do you think?
real world.
I am too.
But
I can't
is
wait
the
to
reality
see.
of it.
I can't wait to see you a year from now. I really can't. I think we're going to move on to a last couple.
Gonna move on. They should bring a producer in there, a camera person. Be like, did this happen? Did it not happen? I mean, that would be TV gold. Like, we got to find out.
It wasn't good.
Coming from someone who did reality TV, it's a powerful and very strange and bizarre thing to see your life on screen. And
I mean, I said some things that I would never say. And like, watching it destroyed me.
Cole, I don't regret you at all.
All right, so I haven't been showing all the clips, but Zay keeps saying that she doesn't have anything against Cole. She doesn't hold any ill will against him. And I don't know, if that's her version of, well, it all depends on if she's telling the truth or not, or if there's truth to what she's saying. Anyway, but he is now saying that he sees himself doing things on the show that he very much regrets. And if I was to take a guess based on his position that he didn't do the things that she's accusing him of doing off camera, that he's referring to the moments when he was flirting with Colleen, and he's saying all these things like, I don't do nurses, that kind of thing. I'm guessing he's referring to those clips, which I'm really glad that if that's what he's talking about, that he's able to say oh my God, is that what I said? Am I really like that? I'm guessing most 25-year-olds would have that experience if their life was to be filmed, especially if they're a very out there, blunt, honest person laying it all out there all the time. So yeah, I mean, Cole, I've been saying Colt, I get those kind of mixed up, but Cole is an interesting person in terms of the presentation, because on one side, especially in the beginning, I'm just like, whoa, what's up with that guy? And then I think, oh, well, actually, maybe he's just one of those really honest people, and he's young and has some unfortunate ideas about how the world works. I mean, the older I get, the more I'm like, 25, it's basically like you're still a teenager. I mean, I was when I was 20. When I think back to the attitudes I had and the lifestyle I had when I was 25, I was an advanced teenager. Some 25-year-olds are very mature and very old for their age, living that kind of lifestyle, but I certainly wasn't. And so maybe Cole is still figuring that stuff out. And it sounds like he's having a moment like that where he's just like, oh my God, is that what I said?
Else in this experiment that I would have done this with. There really wasn't. It was always Cole or bust, even when you were driving me crazy with your towels everywhere.
It wasn't that many towels.
It
What are you
was
talking
so many
about?
towels, but it's fine. It's past. But I don't regret you at all.
Okay.
I would do it again. I would do it again, knowing just the outcome.
I don't know. It's like, it doesn't match up. Because if we believe what she says about him, why would she want to do that again? She basically said he drove her to an eating disorder. Why would you want to do that again? So if she's telling the truth, then you would say, Zay, why would you want to punish yourself? You're accusing him of high levels of abuse and deception and lying and psychopathy. Why would you want to do that again? And why would you not have ill will towards him? So, do you know what I mean? Like, something's off about this situation. I wish I knew. Not as a therapist, but as a citizen. I wish I were a fly on the wall, or there's a camera or something. It's ironic that they're on a reality TV show, and according to her, this cuties tangerine mandarin orange thing was caught on camera, and we're never going to see it. I mean, if they could show that scene and really clear up the whole thing, because if it looks close to what Zay is claiming, then it really bolsters her case here, because he's saying, I never said those things. And he's also saying, did I say those things? My God, is that who I am? So, I don't know.
As long as I got to do it with you, I would. I really would. It breaks my heart
Thank
to hear
you
that
for
you
saying
regret
that.
it. Like, I hope I changed your life just a little bit, like, for the better.
Yes,
And if I didn't, then
love
I
you,
am
and
truly.
that's why I couldn't reach out to you, because I was like, I didn't understand our wedding day. Like, it didn't make sense to me in any way. I was like,
Yeah, breaks my heart. So I don't know if I showed this clip, but a lot of the women were criticizing him-ish that he didn't reach out to her after the wedding. And I'm thinking, she dumped him. Now, maybe they all know, well, we all know that Cole really rejected her. Certainly that wasn't the way it's presented. And so they were criticizing him for not reaching out to her, which I don't know what that means. But he's saying now, yeah, I didn't reach out to you because you were so hurtful. And then when I was driving home with my friends, I said, that's not her. She's going to text me and say sorry, or I played it up for the cameras or something, because that's not the Zay I know. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. I wonder if he's okay. Is he okay now? He's been through a lot. If this is so, I think he's legitimately going through a moment. It's either or both, that he is being persecuted completely wrongly. And that would feel awful. If that's happening, I've been in those shoes before. That is one of the worst experiences that I've ever been through. When a group of people have a made up idea, or grossly exaggerating something or misinterpreting something and attacking you, and they know that you're a piece of crap, and all of them know, and they just know, and they're just going to get you and humiliate you. And other people are watching that, and you're just like, God, if these people are convinced of her story, is everyone going to hate me? Are my friends going to hate me? Is no one going to love me again? Am I that bad? So that could be happening. Or he is suddenly realizing, my God, am I really doing that to people? That is shameful. What's wrong with me? And then, all the I don't know. But he's clearly going through a moment. So, I hope he has support either way.
Not ever date anyone again, because that was hell. And then I watch it, I'm like, yeah, I'm a dumbass. Like, what was I saying? I'm like, I don't even know the context. Like, it doesn't matter what the context is. Like, I said some stupid things, and I'm really sorry. So I understand where you're coming from now, and I was somehow not seeing that I was doing those things.
I know you're sorry, but I forgive.
Yeah, there's just something a little incongruent about her behavior. She is. It's nice that she's forgiving him and trying to help him. This side of her is kind of kicking in of just like, oh, I'm trying to help him. There's a kind of top-down attitude that she has towards him, but she's saying nice things, trying to reassure him. And yeah, he's. I'd be curious as to what he's identifying. I imagine it's the scenes. I don't do nurses. The notable scenes that we saw where he's like, I'm totally into Zay and I'm totally in love with Colleen's body, is what he said.
I forgave you a long time ago.
Why am I crying? Damn it.
Hey man, this is real stuff. I mean, this is life, and as we say to you guys at the very first day, I hope that you all gain something from this experience. Some of you hopefully have gained a life partner.
All right, well, that does it for that episode. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.